This is the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. You're watching CES 2014 coverage of the Tech Podcast Network. TPN.TV partners include Dropcam.com and their newest cloud-based web cameras. Visit TPN.TV/Dropcam.
Thank you for joining us.
We have Blue microphones here. I remember my first CES. You guys were here. Todd and Andy just loved you guys. You guys check out these Blue microphones. So you guys were in Central Hall above the Intel booth at that time. So we did this video overhead, and we got to see the cool microphones. I ended up getting a Snowball that year, which was awesome. And I've been using Blue microphones on and off throughout the years. So we've got John Meyer. Is it Meyer or Meyer? Meyer here from Blue Microphones. Tell us what's new for Blue.
So, very interesting year for us. We've been talking about microphones with you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
And the company's been doing microphones since its inception 20 years ago. And we're actually introducing the idea that Blue is going to also become a headphone company.
Really?
Now, your first reaction might be, does the world need another headphone? There's so many different styles and designs and models coming out, especially at the show. But it's interesting to note that we're really sort of the last major mic brand standing that doesn't do headphones. The technologies are very similar. With a microphone, you're capturing sound waves and converting it to electrical. With a speaker and a headphone, you're taking those electrical and spitting them back out into sound waves.
Okay.
So it's sort of always been a technology that we've been good at and we've known, and we just haven't really had the right strategy or the right approach until more recently. So about 2 years ago, we kicked off a project, and we're excited to tease it at this show. So we're not actually showing headphones.
Okay.
What we're doing is basically showing the customer kind of the problems with headphones today and what we're doing about fixing it. So it's a very interesting, and again, I told my team, I said, I know I'm going to slip when I talk to you guys, so I'm supposed to be very careful about what I tell you because it's all kind of fun. We're sort of like in the next 2 or 3 months unrolling, this idea. But what you'd see at the booth if you went by is essentially we're saying that expensive high-end headphones that sound great only kind of worked in the old days when we weren't listening on mobile devices.
Okay.
When you plug those into mobile devices, there's not enough power. They can't power those awesome $600 headphones.
Yeah.
So you go to today's options. Well, today's options basically take that low output and just crank it up without a lot of comment on sound quality. It's just more about really getting the sound high volume. So we're doing some very interesting things around that and sort of bringing high-end headphones. It's this first round of stuff's going to be really, really nice quality stuff, and bringing it to a place where we solve that problem for kind of a larger audience, if you will. So it's a little bit different for us, but I think for your user, the people that are listening to us today, the real story is that we've been a real microphone brand for so long with these guys, and we're really excited that we're now going to be a headphone brand for them too.
Well, it only makes sense. I mean, right now we're wearing a microphone and a set of headphones all at once. And we won't talk about the brand name, but the whole point is, that's where you can be as well with headphones and microphones in the mix. Yeah,
and it's really we were very careful. We had a lot of different times we could have gotten into the market, but we just felt like we would not be able to cut through the noise.
Okay.
We think we really got an interesting thing to talk about, but you're right. It opens the door to all these other interesting things we can now do down the road. Integrating both the microphone side and the headphone side as well.
And for podcasters, there are many that use. They have not the Nessie. Before the Nessie was the what was the microphone?
So the Yeti.
The Yeti, yeah. So they take the Yeti and they put it on a scissor stand, and then they run it that way. This big microphone you never expect to be on a shock mount on a scissor stand, and they do a lot of stuff. Anybody that's used a Blue microphone will be excited for any type of headphone gear to come with it.
Well, we hope so. We have over 1 million customers out there, users who are using Blue microphones, and for us, that's just a great place to start have that conversation and give those guys that solution. So we think it's going to be good. What we're talking about is and you'll see this in a lot of this Tease campaign, is mobile high fidelity. And the short for that is MoFi. So we're having a lot of fun with the name MoFi. And so you'll see a lot of that. In fact, my PR folks would kill me if I didn't say unleashmofi.com is where your listeners can go to kind of sign up, get some of the Tease info, and then watch a little video about what we're doing. So it's pretty exciting.
And I know you're PR people.
Yes, and I have to behave or I get in trouble.
Yeah. So hi guys. Hello, Hillary, and everything everybody over there. So. Lots of great stuff, but since we can't really talk too much about the headphones, did you debut any gear here? Or?
We didn't. We actually have something coming later this spring that is kind of a higher end professional mic.
Okay.
And we have some crossover product that we find, especially your listeners, as they expand and get into doing more interesting things, can start looking into our pro mics. And we have a product we're going to be showing at the NAMM show in a couple weeks that's what we call a pencil condenser. So it's a real small version of our bigger pro mics.
Okay.
So real high quality and can be used for lots of different applications.
Awesome.
So yeah, some good stuff coming.
Okay, so to check everything out, you have to go to the website. Check out Blue Microphones. What's the website over there?
So the website's bluemic.com, and actually that will lead you also to the headphone stuff. So you can see both. You can see the mics and the headphones at bluemic.com.
All right, bluemic.com. Thank you very much, Sean.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
You know, if it wasn't for our sponsors, we wouldn't be doing the CES 2014 action. Dropcam is one of those sponsors. They have great prices available for cameras that you can put anywhere in your house. You know, if I had a Dropcam, I could actually set it up in the living room and see what's going on. You know, with the frigid temperatures that we had last week, I could have checked in on the house, made sure that the power was still going, or made sure that there wasn't any other problems, listened in if I could hear something, and go from there. So check it out. Go over and check out all the Dropcam models. Go over to TPN.TV/Dropcam. TPN.TV/Dropcam. Of course, it'll help our CES 2014 coverage. Thank you very much, Dropcam.